Okay, Jesse Ray. Hey, nice to see you. So congrats. Like your biggest, like you shared with me, your biggest win with the Legacy Builders program. You made $7,200 in a month,
Mhm.
which is totally awesome. Congratulations.
Cool. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
But let's rewind a bit. Like, what were you doing before you found Legacy, and what inspired you to take that first step?
Oh Lord, y'all. I was actually in network marketing for the 5 years prior to starting digital marketing. And then prior to that, I was working a 9 to 5 as a medical assistant for 19 years, working 15, making $15 an hour. So I knew then that, all the time I was spending at work, I was missing out with my family. My girls were little and I missed all those years. So I decided to move on into network marketing. And that just kind of, it did get me out of my 9 to 5, but it turned into another job because it was like, instead of 8 hour days, it turned into 16-hour days and living inside my phone. And it just, so I had to pivot again. And that's when I came across digital marketing. And for the last 11 months has been a total life changer, like a whole 190.
Okay, how often do you work now?
I am working just 2 to 3 hours a day. I
Hmm.
have my routine set. I don't have to. This is just what I choose. I get up at 5 a.m. I do my work and then I'm done because my grandkids come over and we get to go and do whatever. And, my daughter doesn't work either. So we get to go hang out and, I just free up my day instead of trying to do it throughout the day. So just knock it out.
And that's totally awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
So, when you were just getting started, what were some of the biggest hurdles you ran into, and how did you work through them?
Oh, I was scared to death when I first started because let me tell you, whenever I heard the word digital in this thing, like that had me stumped for 4 months. I watched a friend do this for 4 months before I even actually asked her, what in the world is this? Because I just thought I was going to need all those tech skills and to have to build a website and all that stuff. And it really, that was my hurdle, because I just, I was stumped right there, but with not even getting started because I was just scared of what I thought. And once I asked her the questions and learned that I didn't have to know all that, then I jumped on in and just ran with it.
So you're kind of overthinking everything before you got
Yeah.
started.
Yeah.
But once you realized like how simple it was, like how long did it take you to actually get your business set up?
Um, I don't lie to anybody. I did pay the tech help to do that.
Hmm.
I knew that when I finally made the decision to do this, my husband's income that he had had for 18 years kind of fell through last year, and we were in a financial bind. We'd done used up all the unemployment, all of our savings, and didn't know what we were going to do actually. And that's when I actually decided I am going to do this. Like right now, I am going to do this. And just getting into that, it just just was really an eye opener to see that I could actually do this and just plugging into the system and just following it and doing what she tells me to do every day. Those 5 minute videos, I just watch it and do it, watch it and do it.
Okay, so you paid for the tech support because we have
Hmm.
a tech support team and they'll set up your website for you. So that's
Yeah.
one thing you can do. For me, like when I got started,
Mhm.
I just followed the steps. I set up the system myself, and you don't need tech
Yeah.
to do that because I don't have any.
No, you don't.
So I just like I was really excited to get my business set up. So I just sat down and I watched I followed all the videos, watched the steps. I got my
Mhm.
system set up. I got it set up in like a few hours or something like that. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people do. I just put those mind blocks up and I knew that I needed money right away. So I just was like, y'all do that part. I'm going to dive into the trainings and start running. And Michelle said, in the training, the 7 day to launch your business, she says, don't wait till your system is set up. Make your first post, do it scared. And so I did. I did on my very first day. And while I let them set up my stuff. So I just kind of everybody's got their own, the way they want to do it. But I have people that, some of my people that sign up with me, they go through the videos and watch it and do it themselves too. So,
Yeah, so if you're
um,
watching this video, like you can set it up yourself, just like I did and many other people do, or you can use the tech support services, which is nice too. Like I set up
right.
them twice actually by myself, and then the last time I had the tech support do it for me because I was like, I just don't want to do it this time.
Right.
You can do it either way.
Yeah.
Okay, so was there a moment or shift, maybe something you learned or changed that helped you break through and hit this massive, like, the success that you've had to help you have these results that you've had with a business?
So just getting out of my head and just being myself, and just following the trainings that we get, just being able to do that because for the 5 years that I was in network marketing, I tried doing it my way. And I tried doing, later, I tried getting a coach and following what they said. And I did find success once I started following a plan, actually getting coaching from somebody that has been there, done that. So just telling myself this time that do what she tells you. Don't do it your way. Just she's already made what $6 million in 3 years, less than 3 years doing this. Is like, come on, girl, just do what she's telling you. So I just plug in, and it's what I teach other people as well, is to just plug into what Michelle is teaching us. We get all that free training and education through this program. Plug into it and just do what she's telling you to do.
Yeah,
Be
exactly.
coachable. Just stay coachable.
Be coachable, plug into the community, follow the blueprint, follow the trainings, go to the
Yeah.
live mentoring calls and ask questions if you need help.
Right.
Ask questions on the live mentoring calls and ask questions to the community.
I love that part because I had to pay in my network marketing, I paid $1,000 to go to one weekend to a millionaire's house to get some training. One weekend.
Hmm.
And then that was it. So here, I paid less than that. And I get tons of those trainings where I love being able to get on those live calls and raise my hand. And she actually says, Jessie, right? What's your question? And then I get to talk to her and she responds. And that's weekly, not just one weekend. So that's huge to me.
Yeah, I've been in the community since for like a year, since like January 2024. And they've been so consistent with this live mentoring
Mhm.
like 2 to 3 times a week since I've been in. It's just like maybe like once or twice they missed because of some technical issues or someone
Right.
didn't realize they were supposed to, be on call. But like
Right.
very rare. So I've been
Yeah.
impressed with how consistent they've been with it actually.
Me too.
So next one is how has being part of the legacy community, especially the live mentoring, helped you grow personally and professionally?
Just mostly personally, because it's a lot of personal development that goes along with this. Just learning how to be a leader, learning how to be coachable, because we just kind of are, we're human, and we just want to do things our way, and just being able to learn that personal development on how to improve. Because if you went and looked back at me 11 months ago, completely different. And if you would have looked back from me 5 years ago, like completely different. So the personal development that you get from doing something like this and being around other people such as yourself that are like-minded and are have the same goals and stuff, it just makes a huge difference. And instead of being around people that can't see the vision like you have, don't have those goals, they can't see past that 9 to 5. So that really does make a huge difference, the personal development.
Yeah, we also have live events. Actually, like we met each other at the live.
Right. Yeah.
I know you. We actually met in person, which
Yeah.
is cool that we have these live events and you see like how real it is, and then you can actually connect with people and even maybe possibly partner up in the future with like business
Mm-hmm.
together and things like that.
And doing
Podcast.
calls like this
I
to
do
support each other,
important.
this, yeah,
Such a
it's
blessing.
amazing.
Okay, so what does a typical day look like for you now, and how different is your mindset compared to when you first started?
Um, when I first started, it took me a minute to get my 2 hour workday done. Like, it took me a minute to figure that out. I was kind of sporadically throughout the day doing things, and I was kind of worried a little bit like, oh my God, this is going to be a little longer than I thought. It's not going to be a 2 hour workday. But once I really learned, where all the trainings are, how to utilize our system, not system, but our platforms, and just to be able to figure all that part out, know where to go, where to find things, and just in my daily life to kind of not, I don't want to say sacrifice. What do you call that? be disciplined, I guess, to just sit down and get my work done. That's why when I decided I'm going to get up at 5 a.m. before my dogs, before my husband, before my grandkids come over, I'm going to get it done. And I'm going to sit down intentionally and do my work. And that way it's no disruptions. So once I got that kind of done, my mindset got better because I was like, I do see that this is just a 2 or 3 hour day. And then I can live my life. So it really does free up your time, and the mindset is just huge because you just see it. You can just see it and you just feel different. You feel better whenever you finally have control and give yourself choices in life.
Heck yeah. Also, with me, when I started, it took me a while to get used to the 2 hour workday, like how to really structure it.
Right.
Like basically the 2 hour workday is, this is what we do every day. These are income earning activities to basically
Mm-hmm.
customers. So what we teach is like basically 30 minutes a day. You post like three pieces of content. It takes about 30 minutes a day. You post three pieces of content on social media to attract customers. And then you like what I do, you can go live. Like I like to go live for like an hour. Okay. So that's an hour and a half. And by going live, you grow your following, you attract customers, you can get instant sales. So that's an hour and a half right there. So that means like my 2 hour workday is pretty much finished there. And then after that, I just reply to messages, comments, emails, and then I go through a little bit of training in our
Right.
community. Right. You can also
Right.
copy and paste free ads as well.
Right.
That's
And I did start out with that when I first started the copy paste ads.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
See, a lot of people, we have choices with our where we want to build our business. And in the beginning, I was doing TikTok, and I still kind of dabble in TikTok, but I've learned that Facebook is my baby. Facebook is where my audience is, and so my day look like that part of my day is a little different than yours because Facebook is different than
share that.
TikTok.
Share that. Like what is that? Like what is that 2 hour
So
workday?
on Facebook, I I post one time a day.
Mhm.
I use stories. I use like 3 to 5, 6 stories a day. I was engaging in Facebook groups and to build that connection, but I also do just regular engagement on Facebook and just I go live on every Wednesday night. So I don't go live daily. I do these calls with like you're doing with me throughout the week if people want me to. I have my own community, so I help in there. Um, and but that's it. And answering those messages and plugging into the trainings. But so you post 3 times a day. And I guess you could say that if you do my post and my stories, can combine that. So the Facebook world is a little different than TikTok. And it would be different if you were doing Pinterest or Instagram or LinkedIn or whatever too. So it just depends on what platform you're working with.
Yeah, that's good enough because somebody who's watching this, maybe they're into TikTok. So if you're doing TikTok, we teach like three posts a day. If you're
Right.
a different platform, there's like a different way to do that, different strategy. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. That's good enough for other people.
Yeah, because you need to know what works to get the algorithms working in your favor on
Yep.
any platform. Yeah,
We have training for that. Like, for example,
right.
like I learned how to build my YouTube from the YouTube training. And I just by following that YouTube training, I have over 1,000 subscribers now.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
So
Yeah,
yeah, and that's just because I went through the training in the community and I just consistently posted, right?
right.
So let's see. For someone who's like this is for like someone who's like getting started with this business, they maybe they're already inside of the business, like like so for someone who's just getting started or maybe feeling stuck, like what would you say helped you the most in building momentum?
Um, Really just getting out of your way and showing up every day and believing in yourself. And I also like to get inspiration from other members of the community. I find ones that are successful and I watch what they do and then I do what they do. you know so just yeah, Michelle gives us tons of value, but there's so many other 6 and 7 figure earners in there that are there mentoring us as well. So I like to find the ones that inspire me that I can relate with, and I watch them and then I just do what they do. And that is what's gotten me success, and that's what's kept momentum going in my business. Just learning and earning, just learning what other people are doing and just doing it.
Yeah, I love to do that too.
So,
I
so
love
just do it, pay attention.
Yeah,
you know.
learn from the 6 and 7 figure income earners, follow them,
Mhm.
watch their content,
Right.
replicate their content in your own words.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. I do that too. That's part of my routine too. I love to watch the other 6 and 7 figure income earners.
Yeah.
So let's talk about like now that you've had some success for this business, what's next for you? Like what kind of goals are you working toward now?
Oh goodness. So throughout this 11 months that I've been on here, I first in 90 days I walked away completely from that 16-hour days. I actually still do promote that, but I don't do it like I used to because this takes the cake, you know. So, but I walked away from that. The money that I have earned, I have paid off our truck early. I have paid off some credit card debt. I have paid, built our savings back up that we used up last year. I am actually working on paying off some more debt because my goal, like my huge goal, is to retire my husband. And so he's not going to have to work until he's 65. We're 45. I'm 45. He's 45. And I'm retired already. So I can see retiring him definitely way sooner than 20 years.
Awesome. I can see it
Yeah.
too. I see it.
So I'm hoping the next 5 years that we can have it all wiped out and have that steady flow of income coming in still, and just letting him be home with me and enjoying the kids and life. I don't want to wait until we're too old to enjoy it, where we can't run around and do things. So I don't want that for him. I'm getting to live it right now. So I want the same for him. So that's my huge goal. Yeah.
And with this business and this training and community, it could happen in a year. It could happen in a month.
Yeah, it could. It could.
Yeah.
It could.
Okay. So, last question. If someone's watching this and thinking about joining but still on the fence, what would you tell them?
Uh, Most people are just scared. That's why they sit on the fence. And I would say that if you stay scared, nothing will ever change. Because I was so scared when I first even got started with network marketing. I had 200 followers on Facebook. I only thing I did was shared memes and recipes and animals. And I was scared to death, but I did it anyway because I knew I was sick and tired of plugging into that 9 to 5. It was causing me to be depressed, overweight, like tons of things. And I knew I wanted better for my life. And it kept me so stressed and overwhelmed when I came home. I took it out on my family, and nobody was really happy. So I would say if you're living that life and you're just so scared, to just do it anyway. Just do it scared because things will change, and then you won't be scared forever. You do it scared, and just give yourself some grace and the ability to learn something new because it's education. You can learn anything. I think Michelle says everything's teachable or learnable. What is her
Figure
word?
outable, I think she said.
Figure outable. Everything is figure outable. And it is, if you're tired of living that way and you're scared, it doesn't matter. Just do it anyway because you don't know what's on the other side until you do it.